wants to be a little boy and to have fun, so I ran away to Kensington Gardens and lived a long time among the fairies. You know fairies, Peter?
Just 2 days ago was our last show doing Peter Pan, and it was a grand old time. I'm so glad I did it.
Nana, I won't be big. I tell you, I won't be big.
Poor Nana broke her leg a couple weeks before the show.
There's you.
Who are you? No one there. And yet I feel sure I saw a face. My children. Wendy? John?
In a minute. We are doing an act. We are clean at being you and father. A little less noise there.
Why do I like Peter Pan? Because Peter Pan himself is kind of insolent youth. Well, let's just say, for example, when he takes Wendy, John, and Michael to Neverland in the book, it takes several days, or they don't know how long. It takes a long time, and they got tired while they were flying, and they would fall asleep and then start dropping out of the sky, and Peter Pan thought it was great fun to wait until the last second to go get them before they hit the water or something like that. It's just a little disconcerting.
Sit here. I dare say it will hurt a little. I never cry. Perhaps I should have ironed it. Oh, look! Oh, the cleverness of me! You conceit!
But the idea of flying has always captivated me as a child. I imagined stepping outside of my front door and lifting off out of my yard and flying over our neighborhood to walk to, instead of walking to school, and fly to school. Just that idea was very thrilling to me.
Oh, I'm sweet!
How do you do it?
You just think lovely, wonderful thoughts and they lift you up into the air.
Leaping off the furniture.
Oh, how lovely!
How ripping!
Oh, I did like it.
How
I
ripping.
said, why shouldn't we go out?
Now come.
And now begins 30 seconds of mindless panic.
Okay, what are you doing in those 30 seconds?
Let's see, I had to put 2 chairs against the stage left wall and then 2 chairs downstage left on the green spike tape to create the fort for the little woodland critters.
Oh, I see you.
Well, that's Bruce.
I see you too. You're wearing your glasses. Hey, Bruce running.
Yeah.
Bruce, I like your run.
Also, the idea of a magical place like Neverland, where there's fairies and mermaids and pirates with adventure, all of those things stir up a lot of excitement for me.
You needn't say that. I'm very sorry, but how was I to know you were in the drawer? Oh, Peter, if only she would stand still and let me see her.
That looks painful. Oh, ow. Oh, the crocodile. That's what that is. Mermaids. Yes.
You will help me.
Oh, you're so
Or so you
wonderful. Oh, off to the stage.
Okay, go.
What'd the pirate say when he found his hook and peg leg in the freezer? Shiver me timbers! When my kids were little, one year we watched Peter Pan over and over and over for like the whole year, so we called it the Year of Pan. And it inspired us to even make our own little storybook of Katie and Violet's adventures in Neverland. And I won't read it because my daughters maybe won't want me to. But to just give you the gist of what we came up with, there's 2 islands. There's the Neverland and then there's the Pirate Island. So in Neverland, Peter's treehouse has fruits growing in it. Not just one kind, but many kinds of fruits. And you can just reach out and pick them when you want. There's also Dolphin Lagoon, of course, Pixie Hollow, where Tinkerbell lives, and then the Ice Cream Hills, where we would go sledding and sled on our tummies and open our mouths and eat ice cream all the way down. Pirate Island has, of course, Treasure. X marks the spot. And it has a dark forest with tire swings and silly monkeys. And it has Pirate River full of crocodiles. And then there's a scary mountain where Hook and Smee are climbing up. Then there's a waterfall slide. Yeah. So, we wrote our own adventures, including getting shrunken down to Tinkerbell size and bouncing on flowers like trampolines and having tickle fights in the air. Yeah, then the monkeys, they were mischievous and stealing things from the pirates as they were chasing us. Oh, in the very beginning, Peter Pan is looking for a shadow in Katie and Violet's closet, but he can't find it because it's too messy in there. What do you call a stupid pirate? A pillage idiot. As I was going to rehearsals for this Peter Pan play and thinking about playfulness, one person who has inspired me my whole life was on my mind and in my heart, my Gram. She was youthful all her life. She loved to play games. She was always roping people in to play with her. She would take us to Chuck E. Cheese to play games there because you could bring in your report card and get tokens to play. And she took us there even when we were in high school and didn't really want to go. But I admire her zest for life and willingness to just keep playing. In her 80s, she was walking on our wooden stilts in our backyard at our barbecue. We were all nervous, but she had a lot of fun. And she would play egg toss and all those party games. She always loved a good story and a good laugh. My adventures in youthful playing in Neverland was dedicated to my Gram. What does a pirate say when he turns 80? I'm matey. I had the idea that maybe Wendy could sew a pirate flag for her and her brothers as they liked to pretend and play pirates and adventures, especially John. So one day I had Wendy and Michael and their mothers over, and we figured out the design, and then their mothers helped them, and we made this flag. This is Bruce's stick. I have to remember to give it back eventually. Oh, and you know, it was just loose and floppy, so the crew, they put a wire around the stick and then the wire straight out and then taped it so that it stays so you can see it. Clever. What do you call a no arm, no leg pirate forced off the plank? Bob. When it came to trying to figure out how to sing the pirate sea shanties, because they're just written down with no music.
And a third time he sighs. What's up, Captain?
It sounded like they would try and figure something up, but in the meanwhile, I just came up with my own. And it turns out they wanted to use that, so yay. I tried to do a combo of the melodies that I hear in the Wellerman song, and then also the Pirate's Life for Me from Pirates of the Caribbean. So that maybe it would sound a little familiar and kind of in a minor key and kind of also like a work song, because that's what shanties are. Working and rowing to these songs.
down our hempen rope and hey for hey bells. Avast the way, yo ho, ye to a pirating we go. And if we're parted by a shot, we're sure to meet below.
What do you call a no-armed, no-legged pirate lying in front of the captain's door? Matt.
I am sitting here with Violet, who was run crew, and she has a special
The Stagehand's Creed. We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little, we can now do virtually anything with nothing.
Last rehearsal tonight, and I'm vlogging at 6:30 in the morning, so don't judge. Kids getting ready for school thanks to Daddy cooking for them instead of me. Thank you, honey.
KMHD Rehearsal, 89.1 FM. Good morning, and welcome back to the morning session. It's your weekday wake-up show, and I'm your host, Derek Smith. Get set for 3 hours of upbeat sounds to get your day into gear. And today, the show starts like this.
Most of all, I want their captain, Peter Pan. 'Twas he cut off my arm. I've waited long to shake his hand with this. Oh, I'll tear him.
Yet I've often heard you say, your hook was worth a score of hands for combing the hair and other home uses.
yeah, I chose the earwax homage to Hook.
What lies at the bottom of the ocean and twitches? A nervous wreck.
Tis plain they live here, beneath the ground. He replaces them
Unrip your plan, Captain.
to return to the boat and cook a large, rich cake of jolly thickness with sugar on it.
Okay, first pool was closed due to chlorine something or other. So I went to my second choice pool and just worked out by myself. I'm feeling really good now and stretched out. Time to go home, start getting ready.
If I don't go out to dinner tonight, I'll never go to the office again. And if I don't go to the office again, you and I starve and our children will be thrown out into the streets.
Let me try, dear.
Yay! Twirl, twirl, twirl.
And the children will be thrown into the streets.
Let me try, dear.
In rehearsal, the first time he came out with a tie, I wasn't looking and I turned toward him and there was this bright rainbow tie and it made me laugh.
Katie crocheted me some pink flowers to go with my dress. They're so cute. I've got my Smee costume and my two Mrs. Darling costumes ready. There's my unders that I'll put on later. And now I'm off to go practice some lines with Hook.
Unrip your plan, Captain.
To return to the boat, cook a large, rich cake of jolly thickness.
When do pirates get to eat cake? When they reach a desert island. Ha ha ha. Also, on the very first day of rehearsals, we got some notes from the director. She said to be prepared to let the plans change. She also said to let her think in silence. Don't pipe in ideas. I am guilty of that. Ugh. I just can't stop my mouth sometimes, so I need to practice gluing my lips shut to learn to follow my instincts. So if I want to get up and go hug my child at a certain tender moment, I should go do that. So I did that. No phones and no accents. So yes, it is a British story, but if you don't hire a dialect coach to get everyone talking in the proper area's dialect or accent, then everyone's talking in different accents or some in none and feel like they need to but they can't, and then it's just too distracting maybe, or hopefully not offensive to other people. Go over your lines and your blocking and go through and feel the emotions, all the emotions, and do it at least 5 minutes a day. And she always said, I know if you've done your homework and I know if you have not. It shows. Oh, and then also she was like, peddle those tickets, tell everybody, and get everyone to come to the show, which it worked. Our Saturday night show sold out online, and I think that's one of their first shows that have done that. She also said to be respectful, of course, to her, but also to the others and to yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Have grace for all the feelings that you have. Ooh. You know, I feel after doing this show, it was some intense emotional stuff for me to go through as a mom, imagining my children gone, and it was easy to cry.
And shut that window, Mary Harris. I feel a draft.
George, never ask me to do that again.
After doing the show every day for a whole week,
Always.
I think I'm still exhausted emotionally from it. Different scenes will come in my head throughout the day. All the emotions will well up too. Whether it's like the joyful stuff, and then it's like all of a sudden I think of the sad scene, and then I'm like practically crying doing dishes in my house. So I think I am still recovering from the emotional roller coaster. Yeah. And I just think about all the happies too. And I'm so glad I did it.
Yo ho, yo ho, yo ho, yo ho.
How do you save a dying pirate? CPR! The other part of notes from our director, it's this thing they call ROCA. R stands for receptivity. So I need to be receptive to instruction and constructive criticism. O is for ownership. I need to own it. I own my role. I own my mistakes. And I own my responsibilities. Courage. Courage to put my ideas out there and be crazy on stage. I tried a little bit. I was a little more reserved. I'm an adult. I've been trained too well to not be all out there crazy. Unless I'm with certain friends. And then authenticity, bring my real self. It's sometimes hard to learn when you're trying to please others and trying to be this and trying to be that for whatever reason. But being comfortable in your own skin is a good thing. So I really appreciate that this theater community encourages and teaches kids these good life
I
skills.
wish I had a wooden house, the littlest ever seen, with funny little red walls and a roof of mossy green.
And us adults too now. Woo. What's the best way to catch a squirrel? Climb up a tree and act like a nut. Okay, that's not a pirate joke. One of the things that they first gave us as homework was to figure out the super objective, or what does your character want overall. From here to there, I want something that really matters and it has high stakes. For when it comes to looking at each scene, what are my tactics for getting what I want? Do I try to undermine or deceive someone? Or do I try to befriend someone? It was kind of cool. We got to take class. Oh, I could brainwash someone, or I could dodge someone, or I could educate.
That's it. On to the rock with her ladies.
I could gag someone or gladden someone. Yeah, on and on. This is quite a valuable list.